Hello, everybody. My name is Mark Fortin, and this is Michigan Matters. It is August 12th, I believe, Wednesday. And we just have a short little show today. I just want to point out something very important for the state of Michigan. And the primary is over. And no matter who won and your favorite candidate or whatever, I'm sorry, no matter who won, we have to come together and win this state back. Now, Michigan, people are saying left and right that Michigan has become more and more like California. Well, I beg to differ. I believe Michigan is California, and we got to take it back. And the only way to do that, the only hope to doing that at this point, is to win this election in November. We have to win the governor's seat, the attorney general, secretary of state. But not only that, not just win it and go home, but we have to win it and then be in contact with these people, hold their feet to the fire, and for the first time in Michigan history, have a real active for the people of Michigan, not special interests, dark money, and PACs, but have real people represented by the people they elect. We need the governor to do his job and be a real Republican governor. We need the House and Senate to pass legislation and to repeal legislation that's unconstitutional or hurt the people of Michigan. So we've got to be active, not just in this race. We have to be active after this race, and we intend to do that. We intend to report continually on what's going on, because we are going to win the House, the Senate, and the governorship. And we're not going to go home. We're going to sit and watch what they do, and we're going to hold their feet to the fire. But anyway, right now, we need poll workers because we believe our elections are corrupt. They have not been fixed. The United States Senate went home. The cowards that they are, they went home and can you believe 83% American people, 83%, the Republicans, the Democrats, everybody, they want that pass, and they would not do it. What does that tell you about the representation we get out of the United States Senate? There is none, especially on a critical issue like that. So this Senate, we need to elect our senator in Michigan, because one of the worst senators in Washington is the Michigan senator that is vacating the seat. Peters, I think his name is. His name doesn't matter to me much. But anyway, he's terrible. But we have a chance of getting a good senator from the state of Michigan, and we've got to make that happen, and we are going to make that happen. So anyway, you can go to Michigan, see, it's communications@michiganmatters.org is our email. So if you need information on who to contact to get to become a poll worker, or something like that, there's poll challengers, but poll workers are better. You got an honest poll worker, don't have to be watched and challenged. So we need poll workers, and we also have to develop a get out the vote thing. I know that we work a lot with Turning Point Action and people like that, and we want to turn out and get the vote. People have got to realize that the future of our country is at stake, especially now the Senate race and our U.S. House races. We've got to win those races. We have to maintain majority in the U.S. House and the U.S. Senate and add a good senator. So contact us if you need information. Also, I'd like to just speak briefly. It was brought up this week by one of our wonderful United States senators that we may be running out of money earlier for Social Security. This is something that's been thrown in the face of the American people for decades. I mean, I'm 79 years old now, and for years and years and years and years, we've been told that Social Security can't last, it's going to run out. And now we know that endless amounts of billions of dollars have been stolen by Somalis, stolen by this bunch, USAID, added all up, all that money. But we don't have money for Social Security. We don't have money for real Americans in need. We got plenty of money for foreigners and illegal aliens, but not for Americans in need. So what are we going to do about this? So I don't like AI. I think it's a very I think in nefarious hands, AI can be very dangerous in the future. And I feel our government is largely nefarious when it comes to the American people. So I'm worried about AI. But I used it today. I got on AI and I asked, how much money has the federal government borrowed from Social Security Fund over the years? Do you know what the answer was? $2.54 trillion have been borrowed by this federal government over the years from the Social Security Fund. Now, if we had $2.54 trillion in that fund right now, do you think it would run out? They could give everybody a big raise. They could probably double everybody's amount where they could live better. It's their money. That was our money, that $2.54 trillion. All that Somali fraud is our money. We want our money back. We need this federal government to start fessing up and start owning what they've been doing and start repaying the American people, whether it's Social Security or whether it's the fraud these Somalis have taken or whether it's USAID. That money don't just get returned to the government to spend some other way. It needs to be returned to the people of the United States. So anyway, we want to start pressuring and talking about that kind of thing with our elected officials. In Michigan, we're discovering all kinds of fraud. Okay, so what happens with the money? You're discovering the fraud, end the fraud, reclaim the money. I want the money back that the Somalis have stolen. I don't care if we have to go to Somalia and get it. We have to get that money back. That's our money, yours and mine. And the money taken from USAID, we not only want the fraud stopped, we want a refund. We want the money back. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's my rant for this time. But think about this election coming up in November. This election could very well decide whether America in its 250th year dies as a republic or lives, because communism is really on the threshold. Communist Democrats, and they're all that way. I'm sorry, don't tell me about moderate Democrats, because they're irrelevant. For instance, in my part of the state, we are going to win this race against Mr. Hertel. Mr. Hertel talks nice and sweet and all this stuff and all this sort of thing. But does he ever say anything about transgenderism, of chopping up our children? Does he ever say anything about the education, how screwed up it is, and how we're number 40-something or other in education in the country? Does he say anything about the stuff that really matters? No, it's just word salad. So he says nothing about the leadership who are communists trying to overthrow the United States. So I'm sorry, he's irrelevant. He's got to be replaced. So anyway, it's just an example. There's a lot of them. All the moderate Democrats, they are all part of the problem. Now, I have to admit, some of our Republicans are too. But that we have to work on also. There is such a thing as recall. But right now, we have to win the majority, and we're going to win the majority. We're going to work together and win this majority in the House and Senate. We're going to win the governorship, and then we're going to start really paying attention to what goes on in Lansing and in the U.S. House and Senate. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for being here. Now, please go to our like and subscribe for this. You see us on YouTube. We're also on Rumble and Facebook. But like and subscribe, please. We're slowly growing, and it's a real blessing. And hopefully we get more word out about Michigan. But many of these subjects go beyond Michigan. Many of our states have the same type of issue. But anyway, if you can help us in any way, you can go to michiganmatters.org website, and there's a way to contribute. If you can do a small amount, everybody needs money today. We understand that. But if you can help a little bit to keep this podcast going, it would be a real blessing. Thank all of you for being here. We'll catch you next week. Please pray for our government, pray for our country, because we need it, okay? God bless you. Thank you very much.